Hello, welcome back to another episode of I, Captain of My Ship. Today I like to talk about the crisis of a loyalty crisis from a child when you as a parent decide to go through a divorce or you're already going through a divorce. What is it and what can you do to help your child not to get into this crisis and to be able to love both parents, even though you are having you might have troubles with the other parent. You might be, I hopefully not, hope for you not, but even if you are in a fight divorce or you hate the other parent because of whatever things that happened in the past between you two, um, the child is still from nature. Uh, you will see that a child wants to love both parents. And you may not want to see it as a parent because maybe the other parent is in jail or maybe the other parent left you for someone else, and that's why you are all in a lot of pain. And maybe you think and um, you are sure that your children also hate the other parent the same as you hate the other parent. If that's the case, please look at your child again. Look at how you talk about the situation. How do you talk about the other parent? Do you um, keep the rules? Yeah, rules is a strange word. But do you remember the things that I told you many episodes ago? When you're going through a divorce, please don't talk bad about the other parent. Are you still keeping that? Are you not talking bad about the other parent? What do you do when you feel bad, feel sad? What do you do? Do you talk with your children or do you go outside? I know from my own experience when I was going through my divorce, whenever I wanted to talk about something that happened between me and the other parent, the father of the children, in my case, I would go outside. And yes, I had a divorce in the middle of the winter, and yes, it was freezing cold outside, but I would just take my phone. I would go outside and I would talk with my sister, with another relative, with a friend, call my lawyer, or whatever, whoever I wanted to call or needed to call. I would always do it far away from my children. I would never want to talk bad about the other parent when a child was close or near, or I was not sure that the child could hear it, yes or no. I would just leave the house. Or I would talk in the house when I was sure that no one was home. But otherwise, just leave the house. That was really something I felt deep down inside was really important. Also, talk about with my children that I am looking after myself, that I needed help. I needed to talk with people, and I was looking after myself. And I was talking to people and I was looking after myself. And yes, still I was feeling sad and angry, and I had all these bad emotions through my whole body, in my whole system. But I tried the best I could to deal with it and look after myself the best way possible. Of course, I wasn't perfect, but at least I tried. What's very important when you decide to go through a divorce or you already have a divorce, that you never ever ever, please never ever ever blame your child for this divorce. Don't tell your child, well, because you never listened to us, or because you're such a naughty boy or girl, or because you were sleeping in our bed every night, or whatever excuse you might think of. It's because of you we're having this divorce. Oh, please don't blame this on the child. The child is not responsible for the way you decided to raise this child. So it was your choice as a parent, and this can be quite harsh to hear, but it was your choice how to raise your child. So it's never to blame a child. So that's rule number 2. So first of all, look after yourself so you can also look after your children. Second, please never blame the child for a divorce. And the third one, when you look after yourself, you can always also look at your child. What does your child need? When a child needs to love both parents, in most cases this is the case, then please give it the room to also talk and have built a relationship with the other parent who might not live at home. Please look at your child. I also looked at my child when after my divorce was finished. The other parent decided, the father of the children decided to live in another country far away from us and to start a new life all over again with his new wife. That was his choice. And but especially all children missed him awful. All children, no exception there. But especially the youngest, who was 12 years old when we were going through our divorce. She was having the most problems with this divorce. And her father living so far away from us. So she needed to be more in contact with him. So we made it possible as parents for her to come to Colombia, that's where he lives, and I live in the Netherlands, to visit him for a month. And she, of course, she has to go to school, so we made it possible. So she was going to school there in Colombia, so she would go to school and also meet friends and just be with her father and his new wife. So that would be, she would be there for a month. And I can remember that people were telling me, what are you doing? Are you crazy? And I was only thinking, my child, she needs a father. And yes, it's nice that she lives with me, but it doesn't mean that she's not allowed to build a relationship with her father. Oh, please. Thanks to the father, even though we had a fight divorce, by the way, it's good between us now. So it's not a fight. The fight divorce is done, over. We are good together now. So that's even between the lines. But at that moment in time, we were building on our relationship, getting it better and better and better, improving the relationship between me and the father of the children. So because I was looking after myself, I could also clearly see what my child needed. And what my child needed was more important of what my whole environment was telling me, how stupid I was to let my child take a plane to go to her father by herself for a whole month, and just let her be with the father. But it was possible for me to see it and to put my child first in this situation, because I knew as a mother that it was really important also for her in future relationships to build a relationship with her father. Because what happens when a child goes through a loyalty crisis, when a child has the feeling that it's not allowed to love the other parent? A child will from nature doubt himself, him or herself. Why? Because a child can feel and know that it's always 50-50. You might not like this, but it is what it is. Thanks to the meeting you had in the past, this child is born now and it's here in front of you. So yes, thanks to that meeting, your child is now here in this present life. So a child is 50-50. You may like it or not, it is what it is. So a child feels it deep down inside. And that's why a child, most of the time, uh, wants a good relationship also with the other parent, or at least wants to know more about the other parent. So this will help a child not to feel insecure and to know where the other part is now and how it is going with the other part of himself, who he or she feels deep down inside is also part of the reason why he or she exists. Um, um, when a child is not allowed to love both parents because you decide as a parent it is not allowed, or because you talk evil about the other parent, so your child might feel, oh, I'm not allowed to love the other parent, I'm not allowed to love my father or mother who left us, or who is in jail or whatever. I'm not allowed because my mom is or father is talking evil or bad about it. So a child will feel small and will not feel that it's allowed to love the other parent. And then it can be quite dangerous for a child, because in later relationships, a child might look at the partner he tracks into his or her life, that it's not to be allowed to be him or herself. It will, I'm looking for the word in English. It's hard now to find it. It will look at the other partner and try to do whatever the other partner wants. So it's loyal to the other partner because it has learned as a child not to look after himself or follow his or her own feeling or to love the other parent. So it will be in a loyalty crisis, and with the other partner it will be more hard to build the relationship on, and to feel equal to each other. So it's also important for a child to be able to love both parents, for future relationships. So I hope you understand it is important for a child. So look at what a child needs and provide it. And whatever the environment might say or think or do, just look at your child. Look after yourself so you are feeling good and you are able to look at your child. Different, if you look after yourself well, you can also look after your child. So yes, I also must say it wasn't easy after my child came back after a month. It was also hard for her to come back. So I must say it wasn't easy for me. But if I look back, I would, even though it was hard, we talked about it and it's good now, but even though it was hard for me as a parent, not to let her go, but to see her come back, I would still do the same thing over again. Because even though we were having a hard time in our relationship as a mom and my daughter coming back from her father, we had some difficulties there. We had to go through it, we had to face it, and we talked about, so it's good now. But because I know that I did the right thing, because I looked at the thing that she needed. But I also don't want to say that it's an easy thing to do, and I do not say that when a child comes back it's more easy. I will not say that, because that's, in my case, it wasn't the truth. But I did what I think was the best for my child. And that's also something that built our relationship and made it grow even deeper together with us now that we look back. Because I trusted her And I made it more important for me that she could work on herself and build a relationship with her father and his wife, instead of only looking at myself. No, it'll be too hard for me when she comes back. Oh, I don't want that crisis. No, no, I can look after myself. And if it's hard, I can look after myself again. And I can build with my relationship with my daughter again. It's okay. I trust myself. I trust my daughter. And that's okay. I trust the father of the children. It's fine. So, yeah. So, it was a long story. Long story short. Please look after yourself. Please don't talk bad about the other parent. Please don't. Please, please, please. And, yeah. Don't blame your child. That was the other one. Yes. Okay, that's it for today. Long story short, I will leave you now for this day. I hope you will enjoy your day. And if you want to follow one of my workshops, you can write me an email or look at my website. More information below at the description. Okay, that's it for today. Bye bye.